What is up, everybody? Hello, my friends. Hello. Lab, I hope your site's getting some traffic today, buddy. Absolutely clutch. All right, let's do that. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Boop, 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 boop. Nope, shit. Sorry, just tweeting it out. Everyone. Yep. Yup. All right, sorry. Tweeting out, see what the boys are doing. All right, everyone. Boom. The Bungie stream already happened, and we're gonna rewatch it. We're gonna rewatch it here. How's everybody doing, man? So, we are fundraising for the Bungie Foundation. Shit, I gotta give me my sorry. Get the exclusive exclamation point. No. Shit, what's the ghost called? Disciples Shell. Disciples Shell Ghost. Ghost. Sorry guys, just give me a sec. Lubre's Luxury? Luxurious Lubre? What's it fucking called? Lubrian Luxury. Lubrian Luxury Shader. And Graphite Daydream? Haha. Shit, I need to start getting rid of some of these emblems, man. I have too many cool emblems. Ugh, get out of here. And Graphite Daydream emblem by donating to those in need. Boom! So really insane information. I just realized you cannot see that fucking at all. Let me increase the fucking outline on this bad boy until you can fucking see it. Let's try 50. Nope, that did not help. What? Actually, I'm just gonna take this away. We don't even need this. It's the top chat. Set the top chat. But we can also do AdCom Ghost. Donate here to get your exclusive exotic ghost shader and emblems. Thanks for helping those in need. Bam, bam. Okay. Just donated 77 bucks. You're the man. Yo, thank you so much. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why this is not updating real time, but I will be reading out everything. So today, in 12 hours, we have raised $21,600. A bit absurd. And that means that this channel, we have raised over $100,000 total across our all of our Bungie things, which is absurd. I mean, it means so much that you guys are so amazing, and I would, this is easily the best thing I'll ever do with this hobby. You know what I mean? Like, I hit 100,000 subscribers. That's cool. I've been able to do a lot of cool things and travel and meet a lot of amazing people. But easily the biggest amount of impact that this will ever have is raising that much money for charity. Like, that is unreal. You know what I mean? And that's something that we've all done together. And I cannot thank you guys enough for your generosity and giving back to those who need it the most. It's truly, truly incredible. We're gonna rewatch this stream. Hopefully it's on YouTube. If not, we'll watch the Twitch VOD. Let's see if it's on the YouTubes. Yes. All right. So we have it here. We'll mute this. We'll pull this bad boy up. I just want to say the typography and like everything that they're using for this expansion is fucking unreal. Like it sounds amazing. It looks amazing. Or this episode. They're doing a great job. Their aesthetic department, this unreal. So good. What gun are you picking? That's at 125. And if we get there, I think it has to be Whisper. Whisper means so much to the history of the channel that I think it just has to be Whisper. But yeah, man. David, thank you for the 58 months. Oh my God, almost 5 full years. Thank you so much, my friend. How are you doing today? All right, let's watch this shit. They gave us some cool soundtracky stuff too. Oh, I didn't expect it. Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Does this look low quality? Yeah, what the? 1080 Bungie! Where's my 4K live streams? What's going on here? Allison might be my new favorite Bungie dev. I love her enthusiasm. She really enjoys what she does. I mean, you can just tell. And it's really awesome. And I think she's been doing a fantastic job, personally, so.
Good morning, good evening, good time zone.
And yes, I've talked about this before. I love this sort of thing here because there's nothing better than seeing someone who is clearly passionate and very skilled at their craft get excited about sharing that. I think that is like one of the most powerful like human connections you can have is enjoying something that someone like truly enjoys bringing to you or doing for you. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Yo, what's up, Caden? David, we're gonna spend insanely long. I'm gonna be traveling the rest of the week for site visits. Well, have fun, man. I work in the electric utility industry, so I'll be seeing some active transmission lines and substation construction projects. Well, be safe. Stay hydrated. I don't know about where you are, but it is like almost fucking 100 degrees outside right now. I walked outside and my nipples burst right into the fire. It sucked. Now I have to get prosthetics. Yo, Wobby, how you doing, buddy? All right.
All and welcome to a beautifully balmy day here.
We'll talk about the Solstice armor. We'll talk about
here
it.
at Bungie HQ.
We'll talk about it. No spoilers.
Didn't realize it would be that alliterative. Welcome to our stream.
I also love Andy. He does a fantastic job with these.
Act 2 of Episode Echoes. But very briefly, before I go ahead and kick things off, the eagle-eyed guardians among you have probably noticed a little QR code down here in this general direction.
I'm
go ahead and give it a scan. Our friends
link
over
at the top
Bungie
of the stream. Oh yes. If you are joining us and you want to get the exclusive Disciple Shell where Rolk and your Guardian fight looks incredible, or the Graphite Daydream emblem, which is beautiful, or the exclusive Lubraean Luxury shader, which this is not great armor. It's not really great armor to show it off on. Let me do this, and then let me come down here. 1 second. I'm gonna make it look a lot better. You just give me 1 second, okay? Anyways, the link, if you want to donate and help those in need and also get that, the link's at the top of chat, is what I was trying to say. But I also want to do this shader justice, so I'm going to do this shader a little. I'm going to do a little transmog, if you know what I mean. Okay. We're just going to put on this whole set for now, just to show it off, because I think it looks really good on this one. It looks really good on the Hunter one. Oh, there we go. That's some Lubraean luxury if I've ever seen it, buckos. That's right. That's freaking right. Can we put a cooler mask on? What else pulses? This pulses? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. So if you want some of that action, you want to help those in need, the link's at the top of chat in the pinned comment. It's also, if you type !ghost in chat, it brings it up, and you can donate to help those in need and help us raise some money. Alrighty, we're gonna keep going. What is this? Yeah, I don't know why. That was kind of weird. Cool.
running a 7th column chaos tournament, and you have a chance to get.
I'm part of this. I'm part of this tournament. Our first match is on Thursday. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really bad at keeping up with this shit. We are fighting a Brazilian team, and I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're just gonna go slay out. Hopefully, you don't lose in the first round. If we do,
ball to help them raise some funds.
But my team played comp and we were rolling, so I'm pretty excited.
If you go ahead and do yourself a favor, give that a scan, learn a little bit more about what they got. Maybe give them a follow on Twitter while you're out there.
Have you used the Gifted Conviction Hunter build yet? No, but you guys want to? We're sorry. We'll get back to the stream. I just want to show something off real quick, okay? You guys want to see what I did? What I did get? You guys want to see what I did get? Why, Scarrow, is that a Caliban's hand, Liar's handshake, exotic class item? Oh, why, yes it is, chat. Funny you ask. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Did you make a triple 100 build with that exotic class item, Scarrow? Oh, why, yes, I did. Chat, why, yes, I did. Oh, fuck yeah. Did you see Bive's newest vid that he gave you a shout out? Wait, he did? What's he talking about? My man Bife? Don't you dare. What, dismantle it? No fucking way, dude. I wonder how you got it. Funny thing, I went to work and then I got, like, I was checking my phone. I'm like, whoa, my postmaster's filling up. And I called Victoria. She said, yeah, Shadow's like on your keyboard. So Shadow must have hit buttons and farmed it for me while I was at work. Pretty fucking wild. He gave you a shout out about secrets? Let's go. Let's go. My man, Bife. In the euphony? In the euphony video? Yo, Lex, how you doing? He was talking about how only sociopaths wear jeans while gaming. I'm wearing shorts, bitch! But jeans are my comfort. It's just like fucking hotter than my butt outside, okay? Okay. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, we were watching the fucking.
They've got a lot of cool information that's on the way. But speaking of cool information on the way, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Today, we have the distinct opportunity to go ahead and tell you a little bit about the stuff that's going to be arriving with Act 2 of Episode Echoes. But worry not, as always, I'm joined by an all-star cast of guests here from the Bungie development team. I'll go ahead and dive right into it, starting with the individual right here to my left, the incomparable Allison Lures, narrative director here at Bungie. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing all right. Thank you for asking. No one ever asks me back.
More people should.
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. For the uninitiated at home that may not have met you or are just kind of meeting you for the first time outside of the Vidoc potentially, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, my name is Allison Lures. I'm the narrative director for Destiny 2. It's my job to work with the team that creates our stories and characters.
Absolutely kills it.
We're in charge of
this is how I'm like this when I start talking about my chemistry, like when I'm like telling my boss about like results I got, and my boss she's always like Scarrow, like your optimism is infectious or whatever, like don't ever lose that. And I never really get it when other people are talking to me because I'm just like talking about it, right? But then when I see someone like this just like absolutely getting lost in her work, it is just magical. Find something that you love to do like this, because you were just such a good person to be around and listen to if you enjoy talking about your work like this. Yeah, my boss calls me Scarrow, that's right.
Feel things.
I have cried a lot in our game, so thank you.
You're welcome.
You and yours are doing some heavy lifting.
You're
Even
welcome.
my black and dead heart has gone ahead and had some feelings. So
Happy to be of service.
We appreciate it. And of course, sitting right next to Allison is the one and only Mr. Ryan Harris, Senior Activities Designer here at Bungie. Ryan, welcome.
Hey.
For the folks that also may not have met you or have probably played your activities without realizing it, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, so my name is Ryan Harris. I'm a senior activity designer here at Bungie, and folks may know me from Season 20 Battlegrounds, 7th Inspire, and yeah, I work on the Vanguard seasonal team, making the activity content folks play day after day.
Excellent. I've spent a lot of time.
So Season 20 Battlegrounds are, is that Defiance? Yes, that's Defiance. And then Season of the Witch. So he's on Alpha Team. So that means he worked on this seasons as well. That makes sense. That's interesting. I wonder if they're, because they always do AB. So I'm wondering if that structure is going to stay the same for episodes too. But Season 20 Battlegrounds were pretty good. I think a lot of what they talk about here is probably in direct, like as a direct result of the feedback we gave towards those Battlegrounds. And then, I mean, Savathun Spire was fucking sick. I still think Savathun Spire should be a strike. I'm just saying.
Savathun Spire, so thank you for your hard work.
Welcome.
And of course, next to him, friend of the show. If you've tuned into our Into the Light streams, you've met him before a couple of times. The one and only senior design lead here at Bungie, the one and only Chris Proctor.
Chris the Proctinator.
Thanks, Andy.
Proctor.
How are you today?
I am doing so good, thank you. Everything's coming up Millhouse. This is going great. For the folks that may not have had a chance to tune into the previous streams, if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about who you are and what you do here at Bungie.
Yeah, folks might be familiar with my work on the weapons team. I was
Sorry,
weapons.
Hi, honey, I'm streaming. How the hell did he get your number? He literally checked my number with me. He read it out loud to me. I don't fucking know. Well, how did you get a call? I'm so fucking confused. Yeah, I literally called. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. That's good. All right. Chat. Victoria says hi. Yes. All right, don't die out there. It's super hot. Yeah, no, I'm talking to chat. Actually, chat, you as well. Stay hydrated. It's super hot out there, but I'm talking to you. All right, love you. Okay, sorry.
Feature lead for 4.5 years.
One thing I do want to say, I love how Chris Proctor, you'll see this in a second. He's like introducing the new weapons, and then he's like, "Yeah, here's the god roll." He's like, "Move over, Rick Cactus. Move over, Aztecross. Move over, Dado. I'm gonna say the god roll."
Boxcraft lead on Destiny, which means I help out the sandbox team with any issues they're facing, and help uphold that critical sandbox quality bar.
Yeah, it's an exciting one to dive into, so thank you and yours for all of your hard work. Now, let's go ahead and get ready to go ahead and dive into some stuff about Act 2. But first things first, we've obviously been listening to the feedback of our fans, in particular, the kind of weekly rollout of all the different stuff that's happened through Episode 1. With Episode 2, you guys are looking to try something a little bit different, isn't that right?
That's right. Yeah, we've been listening to the fans and listening to feedback, and we agree it's time for a change. So we're going to do a trial of something new in Act 2. We're going to be dropping...
She misspoke there. She meant Episode 2.
All 3 beats of the acts at once. So we'll be dropping all the 3 beats for Act 1 at the same time, all the 3 beats for Act 2 at the same time, all the same beats for Act 3. And the goal is to encourage players to play at their own pace, to get all of that content at once if that's what they're looking for, or to meter it out over whatever piece they want to play at. But yeah, so we're going to give it a shot in Episode 2.
Excellent. That's right. Yeah.
See how it goes over.
Yes, definitely. And to that same end, when Episode 2, I did it too, rolls around, make sure and let us know what you guys think. But whether you're a Netflix-style binger like myself, or you want to go to the comic book story.
One second. Sorry, I'm fixing this, but I do want to talk about this. I know people really want this. I I'm kind of nervous about it, to be honest. And I'm not sure how it's going to go over. So if you missed it, what they are doing, I don't know. Like I'm excited for them to be trying it out, but I'm nervous because the way it's been working is, you know, three weeks on, 3 weeks off, 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. And I'm really kind of nervous this is going to turn into 1 week on, 5 weeks off, especially if we're not getting a new reprised raid or anything like that. I'm a little nervous. So I'm excited that they're trying it out. And I'm really excited that they're so receptive of feedback. I mean, in reality, it's only been this episode for 5 weeks and they're already like, yeah, let's try it out. You know? So we'll see. I think if it's just the story dumps are you know, up front, and then we get like activities expand over the weeks, I think maybe I think having a reason to play every week is good. I just don't think the narrative necessarily needs to be that reason, if that makes sense. So as long as we have things that still drive us to come back and it's not 1 week on, 5 weeks off, that would be sick. My question is if it's everything week win or just all the story. That's kind of a big difference. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. I hope it's just the story, and not everything. Personally, because I like you know, Dual Destiny dropping on a fucking random week and things kind of expanding over time. I like that. I don't really like things to be telegraphed where it's like, oh, we know if there's a secret mission, it'll come out on this day. You know what I mean? So I hope they don't drop everything and it's just the narrative. We'll see. But I am very, very happy that they're taking feedback so well and that they are playing around with this episode model and they know that things haven't been perfect and you know, they're looking to improve things. And I think that's awesome. That's the best we can ask for, right? So yeah, people will blow through it on the first day and they complain there's nothing to do, which is their own fault. I mean, I'll be definitely one of those people. I won't complain there's nothing to do, but I'll definitely blow through it day one. Big Fest, thank you for the 29 months. Am I the only person who feels like the power creep happening lately? We have to be on our way to Destiny 3, right? I don't know, man. Because I thought so, and then they've been handling it super well, so. As someone whose job peaks and valleys... Oh, thank you for the 29 months, by the way. As someone whose job peaks and valleys throughout the month, I appreciate this. I have more time during certain times of the month to play. That's fair. Tromar, I wonder how they'll mix the 3 weeks of Droopfed's story into one drop. Yeah, I really hope it's not like run the act. I hope it's not just all three. You know how like every week it's like run the activity, do some bounties, get some dialogue. So I hope it's not that 3 times in one day. You know what I mean? I hope it's better paced, but we'll just have to wait and see. Once again, we are raising money for the Bungie Foundation. If you want to get your hands on, wrong character. Sorry. If you want to get your hands on an exclusive exotic ghost, an exclusive shader, and an exclusive emblems and other emblem and stuff, you can click the link in chat or type !ghosts and click that link. I want to show them off to you real quick. You can get the exclusive Disciple Shell, which is awesome. It's your Guardian versus Rolk. It's kind of hard to see in the inspect screen, but you can get the Graphite Daydreams emblem, and you can get the Lubre Luxury shader, which is color changing and is just really unique and really sick. And all of that, you can help out, you know, those in need. And the shader also looks, I mean, it's got like 100 different colors. So I don't really understand how it works, but on different weapons, it looks insane. So, definitely a lot of great incentives this time around, and you know, you get to help those that need it the most. And we've already raised over $22,000 today. So if you'd like to help out and get yourself some sick loot, and there's 7 other emblems you can earn as well. You can click the link down below, and everything has like a specific amount that you have to donate to get. It's laid out very easy for you to see, and we'll just keep on going here.
To go ahead and pick up the new issue.
Exactly.
There's going to be a chance to dive in no matter how you want.
However you want to experience it, it's up for you. But make sure to read it. More about it is going to be in the TWID this week.
Excellent. Okay. Make sure and tune in. We'll have plenty more information on the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at also what got us here today. So we're still in episode 1, Echoes.
Yep.
Act 1 has kind of concluded its main story beats. For those at home that may not have had a chance to play through or may have some questions about the story, would you mind catching us up to what events got us here today?
Sure. We'll do the short version. Great news. The witness is dead. We did
We did it.
Yay! And the episodes are all about the consequences of where we killed the witness and how. So when we killed the witness, all of that darkness, all of that memory, all of that energy collided with the light of the traveler. And so all of the memories that were inside of the witness, which is not necessarily exclusively the precursor beings that are inside of it, collided with the light of the traveler and made matter out of those memories.
A picture of me, and I have to find a picture of me.
And one of them launched out towards Nessus. And so we followed it to try and investigate, see what this thing is. And
donating is open for about 3 weeks.
We managed to reunite with Failsafe, who you left. You abandoned her. She's okay with this because she's chill, just so you know.
Thank goodness. Thank you.
Okay, also, them blaming us for abandoning her is crazy when they literally write the story. That's all that's like actually gaslighting, okay? We've been asking for more Failsafe, okay? Don't put this on us.
Yes.
We're happy to see her.
It's very interesting what she says, not necessarily just the precursors inside of it. Yeah, I mean, you know, if we do get like Maya Sundaresh, this does suggest that the witness had some like Vex memories in there, or some of Lakshmi's, maybe something like that. And we know that the witness, like we know from the lore, from the collector's edition, we know that it went around like collecting other things for its hive mind. So, I'm sure it'll have some hive in there. I'm sure it'll have some scorn in there, type stuff. So I'm excited to see where they go with that.
So we've been exploring through Nessus, and initially things are pretty fun. What a fun, cool, lighthearted adventure. Nothing bad's going to happen.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Failsafe's around.
And the act ends with getting a little tease of like, oh wait, this isn't going to be a strictly lighthearted adventure. Saint gets kidnapped, more than kidnapped, kind of body controlled away from the rest of the group. And as he's taken away,
I still really like the storyline, but I still feel like they should have done all Exos, not just Saint. I think that would have been cool. They're like, even though we read the story and haven't had you go see Failsafe in ages, you could have gone to Nessus for no reason and seen Failsafe. But even if we go to see Failsafe, it's not like we can talk to her, you know? The new battlegrounds are going to be insane. I'm excited to break those down here in a second. I'm excited. Knowing the Wyvern changes, do you think we could get adjustments to Briggs in Season 2? Maybe. I really like with Tormentors, they went back and they gave it like a crit point on its butt. I hope they do that with Briggs, something like that. I think that'd be cool.
Interrogating him and demanding to kind of understand whether or not you are real, like whether Saint is the real Saint or not. It's unnerving and kind of weird, and the vibes are only going to get darker from there.
Even better. Given that Saint has a rich history with effects, I'm sure everything is just going to go nice and peachy keen.
Absolutely, yeah. Nothing bad. No, of course not.
And so now that we've washed away that veneer of everything's going to go great, Act 2 now is arriving as well. Now, there's plenty of stuff for folks to dive into, but as we go ahead and kick things off here with Act 2, can you give us a little bit of a tease of what we're going to be checking out?
Yeah, what Saint heard when he was being kind of controlled really got to his head. We are going to be watching him wrestle with some questions that he's never asked himself before. And as we are trying to understand more about this conductor that he has encountered, we are also going to be going back and revisiting one of Destiny's most storied locations very briefly.
So
that's got to be Vessus. That's got to be Venus, right? That's got to be Venus. And she says very briefly. So this makes me think that the exotic mission is on Venus. And that's what that brief revisiting is. It's gotta be. I still okay. And I think that's the reason Nessus is turning green. I think the Echo is not only bringing because they say here, they just talked about it. The Echoes are memories mixed with light to make real things. And so it's not only creating the new big bad, Maya or whatever, not the big bad, but the big bad for this episode. It's not just making her and the Vex or whatever, but I think it's actually transforming Nessus into Venus a little bit, which is why it's being kind of terraformed. I think we'll find out more about that, but surely we're visiting. I want to go back to the Ishtar Academy. I love that palette in that area. I think is incredible. So
the lore hounds out there.
either Venus or Volantis. I don't think it's Volantis because she does say we're going back. And Volantis is awesome. I wouldn't call it one of the most storied Destiny 2 or Destiny locations. Like, we have some lore about Volantis, mostly in just the Clovis Bray Beyond Light lore book. But I surely wouldn't call it like one of the most storied. I hope we do go there. I hope it's not a one-off, but we'll see.
They're going to have a chance to feast.
They're going to have a delicious...
Nerd Scientist wants to go to the Academy.
You're welcome. I don't know if this will warrant another 10 hours, but we'll leave that up to you.
I got you, Boo.
I love that.
Perfect. Okay. And now that gives us the structure for what we're about to dive into, but we have now the new activity that'll be arriving as well. We're going to go ahead. We have some gameplay here to go ahead and dive into with the Echo Battlegrounds, the new 3-player activity. Ryan, do you mind kind of telling us a little bit about what we're going to be checking out here today?
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll be taking a look at...
First off, Bungie. If anyone from Bungie is watching this, please, for the love of God, turn off motion blur. Okay? Please turn off motion blur. I just want to say that.
One of the 3 battlegrounds that players will be engaging with this act. So the first battleground here starts in the Cistern, the Wall of Flames on Nessus.
Also, I'm just gonna point it out one time. Watch when this person is firing the sidearm. They reload a ridiculous amount. Okay, I just want to throw that out there too. I have my gaming quirks as well. It was just something I noticed and I couldn't unsee it. It's like they'll be mid-combat, they'll shoot once and reload, and then shoot again and then reload. It's just watch.
Of course. And players will be running through the Wall of Flames, checking out what's going on here as the Fallen have kind of like started hanging out and investigating the well.
Oh, they have heal clip. Yeah. Okay, that's
so
fair. That's
fair.
Really that's
fair. Like seeing
these guns are insane. The 6 that we have now are incredible. The 2 that we're getting, I think these 2 are the coolest looking ones. The pulse rifle and the sidearm, I think both look unbelievable. Yeah.
Noticing that the radial area of this lake has been drained. A lot of the areas kind of like revamped and like regenerated itself to something new. And players will be looking at the story of like where is this radial area going, where is it flowing
I didn't think
through.
About that.
So for Battleground 1, you're kind of like finding out and like locating where all this radial area is going to.
Yeah.
Battleground 2, you're seeing the actual flow and direction of all the radial area to the center of Nessus. And Battleground 3, you're actually seeing like where it's being directed to. So it's really trying to tell that story about the journey to
we
the
get 2 more
Nessus.
guns in Act 3.
Yeah, so they all kind of have a way of interconnecting with each other as well. Also, I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. Obviously, the Vex have been our primary antagonist through this, but the entrance here is being guarded by a pretty heavy contingent of Fallen. Who are these Fallen, and what are they trying to do here?
Yeah,
I really like how they're mixing up enemy types too. I think that was one thing that really led to the seasonal model getting really stale, especially early on. It was very early on. It was like one enemy type, and recently, especially with like the Dread, like they're really switching it up a lot, and I love that.
You have a much better one.
Thanks. Yeah, the Fallen are here because they're after the Echo too. We want to think of these Echoes as kind of an arms race.
Yeah.
In the
this is rocket sidearm. It's never coming off my build, so I just want you guys to
power
know that.
vacuum.
You're going to be seeing this shit a lot.
Where there's no one in charge, who's going to come out and take it on top.
Yeah.
So the Fallen are here. They're chasing down the Echo as well, and they're encountering the same thing that we are, in that the Vex aren't really acting like the Vex normally do here.
Yeah.
We're seeing some Vex start to act less like a collective and more like individuals. There's one really fun lore tab where one of them waves at us.
Yeah.
So we're encountering mostly Vex, but yeah, also Fallen are here too.
It's cool to see the Vex undergo such a change. Like, they've been more, I think you were saying, like individualistic in kind of a weird way, which is like the one thing the Vex don't do. Yeah.
It's the one thing that they don't do, which is why it's super
when they start talking about these battlegrounds too. I've got a really good feeling about these battlegrounds.
In Act 2, we're going to be able to see a little bit more of why they're specifically doing that.
Pretty exciting. Awesome. Plenty to dive into.
If the Fallen are after the Echo, do you reckon maybe Fickrel has sent them? So like at this point in time, Fickrel has
I know we were
from
talking
the
a bit
Echo?
before the show, but it seems like the main goal here was just for you guys to push yourselves, to really push the boundaries of what battlegrounds have.
I'm kind of inclined to say no, because they did say that there's not going to be a lot of interconnected story here. But that is an excellent question.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you were trying to accomplish with this new set of Battlegrounds in Act 2?
Yeah, so for this set of Battlegrounds, it's definitely our latest and greatest iteration of Battlegrounds. As folks know, Battlegrounds consists of 2 encounters and a final boss encounter.
I have been on Team Battlegrounds or just Strikes for a long time, so to hear them lean more into that.
So throughout the years, we kind of iterated on what a Battleground is and how closely it resembles a Strike. And this set of Battlegrounds, I really wanted to push it to be like, what is a Battleground and what is a Strike? I wanted to be almost one of the same. So with these Battlegrounds and stuff, I wanted players to, well, of course, have enough enemies on screen to slay out at all times.
Or good direction.
We're definitely pushing the combatant counts in these Battlegrounds as high as possible, in some ranges of 40 enemies at a time on screen. Which
these gems are going to be awesome.
But plenty for us to go ahead and check out.
But that gives enough opportunity for everyone in the fire team to use all their abilities, use prismatic to the fullest extent, and always use their super on cooldown or prismatic on cooldown when the opportunity arises. I want players to feel like they can just do everything, and there's not just that one player soloing the entire encounter, so everyone is contributing to that. Experience.
Yeah, I can imagine too, even with the the expanded sandbox that's been brought to us with the new abilities by way of prismatic, or even the new weapons, which we'll start to check out here in just a little bit. What were some additional ways? I can imagine it probably wasn't just.
It's pretty cool that it's also 3 Battlegrounds that are
some
one
more
story.
Of these mobs
that's really interesting
to go ahead and go up against as well.
Yeah. Shit! I didn't even. I was totally right. I didn't even notice this. I predicted that the other Radiolite samples were going to be here. In Battlegrounds, or at least some of them.
Some more of these.
When they go through the portal, you can see a hammer charge thing here.
A bit more intense.
A planetary piston, and then there's the Azul, the blue Radiolites right there. Right there. So I was correct. At least some of the Radiolites, or Azure, not Azul. Thank you. At least some of them will come from Battlegrounds. We know there are 4 more. So that's very interesting.
Telling the story of the Vex are evolving and changing.
Good to know.
Well, I went ahead and modified an existing wyvern. I'm so sorry.
So how dare you?
You'll engage with these wyverns in pairs, and they have a special new ability where they can teleport.
Fun.
And dodge around you.
Blueberries are still going to walk right past the piston.
Kind of scary.
A real nothing personal kid moment where they show up behind you.
Hopefully it doesn't pull you.
They certainly are an active threat in the battlefield, and I wanted players to really
So now the question is, do they give you all 4, or are they saving 1 or 2 for the exotic
priority target? When they are seen.
Yeah, and that's something that's been neat. Obviously, players will have a chance. The first 2 of these Battlegrounds obviously arrive with the first week of Act 2, with the third one hitting on the second week. But it's not even necessarily, I think, something that was really cool is you were mentioning earlier that you wanted to make these closer to a strike, or kind of blur that line. The second Battleground is kind of like an all-new experience in a lot of ways. It's not just going back to a part of the planet we've been to before with new foes, but it's a brand new experience. Can you tell us what it was like kind of putting
a lot of X
together and sort of
I don't think Wyvern's
this journey to the center of Nessus?
Yeah, so we really wanted to tell a story of that journey to the center of Nessus, and that requires new geo, new art, new environment.
Yeah. That's
so
sick.
Everything after this encounter onwards is just all new geo and layout.
It is really sick that maybe half of one of the Battlegrounds is kind of reused. And then, that means at least 5/6, if not more, of this content is brand new area, brand new rooms, environments. That's awesome. That sort of stuff is exactly what I was hoping from Battlegrounds compared to, from episodes compared to seasons. So I hope we get more of that. I still really hope that Nessus Patrol changes to this Nessus, but we'll see.
And that, as most folks know from Battlegrounds, they usually run through a patrol in maybe a new boss space or just a new encounter space. These Battlegrounds really push the boundaries of hey, this is all new. This is completely new, fresh. It's kind of like a strike. It is a strike, almost.
The bosses were part of that exercise too, though, I think. We were talking before, where it's not, just kind of taking characters that you've battled before and making them tougher, but it's a brand new encounter with new mechanics and new kind of ways to go ahead and push further into the boss fight. That's the most broad strokes way I can describe it, but obviously, as the man who designed it, can you tell us a little bit more about creating these new boss experiences as well for players during this act?
This is cool.
So one thing back to like what players know from Battlegrounds is when someone plays a Battleground and they come in groups of 3 or 4.
Yeah, Caden.
Players are like,
it is so sick.
I know what to expect from this boss encounter. It's usually the same but similar boss encounters.
Right.
But for these Battlegrounds, they're all unique bosses. They're all different. They're all challenging in their own ways, and they're just.
Historically, that has been my #1 complaint about Battlegrounds. I have said that time and time and time again, and this is a huge change. Big fan.
And just different, very different from one another. So that was the experience we're trying to hit here is players, when they jump into a Battleground, it's not going to be the same. It'll be different. The boss encounter will be different. We'll be trying to tell a story with the boss encounter that you're engaging with. Doling out immunity gates and engagements in that boss encounter in different ways, be it with just telling a story while you're engaging the boss, or like a damage window, or just no damage immunities at all, where the player is just engaging with a boss that has the largest health pool I've placed on a boss ever.
Maybe. Yeah.
For now.
Plenty of chances to go ahead and test out those still hunt accuracy, or each individual's accuracy with still hunt, rather, I should say. I say that because I keep a shotgun on me for a very good reason.
More hammer charges
no, there's
right there?
Obviously a ton of stuff to check out in that regard, but I think I
don't see any more samples. I wanted to see another blue one here.
Or kind of
I wanted to see if there's more than blue. I'm going to assume it's probably 2. So it's probably blue, and then if you find the hammer charge, it's probably like, kind of like how you can only get iridescent if you do the hammer charge. It's probably only blue, and then like green or gold if you hit the hammer charge, something like that.
In some way is, Chris, we've got some new weapons that are going to be arriving with this act as well. If you wouldn't mind, can you tell us a little bit more about kind of, maybe even this one we're seeing here on screen? This is one of the new ones as well, isn't it?
Yeah, this is
shit. I fucking just lied. Look, there's the gold one right there. And maybe someone hit the hammer charge. I didn't see him hit it. Yeah, that's the gold one right there.
Isn't it?
Does it not pop up?
The aberrant action.
That's interesting. That didn't pop up on
solar
the screen.
rocket-assisted frame sidearm.
Or rocket sidearms. You love to hear it.
Yeah, the first solar rocket sidearm, and it's a banger.
Yeah.
The role that we're showing here is heel clip incandescent, which is probably, it synergizes super well with solar subclass.
That is exactly the role we were talking about yesterday or 2 days ago. I think it's gonna be unreal with Ember of the Empyrean. You're gonna be able to have literally infinite uptime on restoration. It's so good. I've always wanted a boss room where you have to keep juggling buffs to do damage, but there's never any downtime. You just have to keep moving. That's kind of like Skolos in Destiny 1.
Here we go.
But yeah, we haven't really had too much like that in Destiny 2.
Just to say, at the art for these weapons,
Zero range.
The weapons art team knocked it out of the park. This one in particular has some nice touches when you aim down sights with it. Like cool little animation there. It's pretty neat.
It's going to be addictive, honestly. Got a very Vex Mythic last feel to it, honestly.
These weapons look so
interesting
good.
combos on this as well. So I'm particularly fond of Pugilist and Demolitionist. As you get kills so fast with these rocket sidearms that regenerating your ability energy as you're doing that keeps you armed to the teeth at all times.
Yeah, never hurts. In addition to that, we've also got
and it seems like this is a pretty good size activity.
Pulse rifle, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right. The Corasian Arc Heavy Burst Pulse Rifle, another one in this seasonal set.
This one's perks weren't quite as interesting, but it looks insane.
This subfamily with,
and he mentions it specifically for PvP,
the
so I'm hoping it's good, because I would love to use
High Impact Reserves left column, also always very good, and Vault Shot right column. That's pretty strong.
I'll look at that when we hop on the game.
Getting Frenzy right column. Because High Impact Reserves is great, but doesn't give you any stats. So having Frenzy gives you a bit of damage and those stats as well, and really high uptime.
Doing build guns.
Really great.
Yeah, I can imagine too in the
era Creation looks is probably the best looking.
Living through their anti-barrier era as well. It's probably not too bad to have one with that many stacked perks on it. Frankly, I can see Volt Shot doing a lot of untold damage just behind enemy lines pretty rapidly with that guy.
It's pretty juiced in PvP as well.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, Headseeker fans rejoice. Potentially. And then in addition to that, an old favorite is going to be making its return. Saint's tried and true favorite shotgun. Perfect Paradox is coming back as well from Season to Dawn.
Yeah, Perfect Paradox is back, along with a bunch of other
And this will be really good on
this is the
Hunter, that Hunter cloak I just showed off?
And yeah,
Flyer's
all
Handshake
the perks
Caliban.
that you know and love from the original, plus a bunch of new ones, plus the new Origin trait, Cast No Shadows, which if you're doing a melee build, just synergizes really nicely with it. So, Threat Detector left column, and then Trench Barrel if you're just doing damage with weapon, or 1-2 punch if you're doing a melee build. Yeah, it's a ton of fun and fits in really well with the rest of Saint's arsenal this year.
We combination blow hunters are about to have a very good time. I can already tell, honestly, as if we weren't already. No, it's been great. So with some new additions to the weapon sandbox, there's also some new, a new row, of perks unlocking on the seasonal artifact as well.
Did they mention if the Fallen in
so each act
episode 2 were they Dusk specifically?
So this
Do we know?
is 5 new artifact mods. And with these, we're really leaning into sniper rifles and solar
We already passed it, Sai.
So
it's not applied to my account or anything, but yeah, we broke 100,000 earlier
the
today.
fire team here,
pretty unbelievable,
is a little
man.
bit of their hands full. And also, everyone in chat, please give a shout out to Peyton, Mitch, and Justin here, who are doing the proverbial heavy lifting, carrying us through this activity as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So anti-barrier sniper is coming back. Personal favorite. Love this artifact mod.
There's been a lot of buzz about that, I think, when everyone saw it on the new seasonal artifact.
Yep. It makes it really easy to deal with barrier champions, and like you can also go through phalanx shields, all sorts of shields. So it's very, very.
I was so bad for the Hive Knights that set up so defiant with their shield, and I'm like, I'm really sorry, but this is not going to go well for you.
Yeah, and
I think,
so
I mean, still hunt, right? Like it's just, it's already broken. Those last 3 perks literally only buff still hunt. You know?
If you've got a solar sniper rifle, and I can think of a couple we've seen.
Did they ever say anything about individual lifetime donor emblems? They're coming. They haven't fully transferred that data over. I think they're supposed to do it during this event. It was actually supposed to be done beforehand, but I think Tiltify has been having some issues with it. So they're trying to get that worked out, and then it should be here soon. But yeah, really excited. Solo witness is definitely possible. Will you attempt it? Yeah, probably. As long as you don't need the, the specific edge transit, yeah. But yeah, incendiary rifle rounds, solar sniper rifle precisions hits scorch targets. That means still hunt. You're hitting 6 shots in a row. It's gonna ignite targets, which is more damage.
We have the worm here.
Ridiculous.
There's also still hunt.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
This really juices those. You're scorching targets with this artifact mod, and then if we move on to the next one, once you build up enough scorch,
you need even less with these mods. So let's go. Solar fulmination. Your ignitions do increased damage.
Stacks, and you have that ignition, it will do increased damage in a higher radius. Super, super strong. And not only that, but we're adding this other artifact mod for sniper rifles, which increases damage with every precision hit. So if you're landing like crit after crit on the boss with Whisper or Still Hunt, or your favorite
gameplay guy takes a second to go over,
rifle, you're going to be the damage output is going to be.
I was just say, Whisper of the Worm mains are just going to be feasting.
Oh yeah.
Your next
and if Still Hunt gets nerfed, then Whisper of the Worm is still going to be insane. You know what I mean?
Which is
Sniper's Meditation. Sniper rifle hits grants stacking sniper rifle damage, stability, and reload bonuses for a short time. Heavy ammo sniper hits count as more than 1. So I mean, Whisper's gonna be insane. Still Hunt is gonna be insane. 3% per stack with 15 stacks. So like with 5 stacks, so 15% extra damage plus increased ignition damage and better reload on Still Hunt. So it's like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Oh my god. Do you think it still makes sense that we're capped at 12 unlocks for the artifact even with more mods every act? Yeah, actually, I think it does, because it almost makes more sense, because like before, it's everyone kind of uses like the same 12, maybe 1 or 2 are changed, but especially on the back end, like usually most people run like the same ones. For this, you're going to have to make like conscious decisions about, I feel like you're going to have to build into your build a little bit more, which is good, but also a little unfortunate, because your artifact isn't saved in your loadout. So I really wish it was. I think they mentioned something about that a while back, but it really should be. It'll add variety, and fuck man, this is going to be crazy. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Wabi. Like, I think that's the one thing it needs, and I believe they did mention that a couple months ago, but yeah.
a bad way to spend some time. Also, this is
this might go down as one of the best. Like, what if they have solo operative
with the arrival
in the final column?
Act 2, obviously Solstice will be a part of that, and we'll touch on that a little bit later here in the stream. But with the arrival of Solstice, you guys are also working on a new balance update as well.
Yeah.
Covers weapons, covers armor, covers abilities. I'm going to go ahead and kick off with perhaps an update that's very near and dear to my heart. As a Dead Man's Tale main, the Tex Scout Rifles are getting a pretty solid PvE buff across the board. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we've seen that the legendary and exotic aggressive scout rifles have been lagging a bit behind in damage output in PvE.
Yeah,
So we're bumping that by 30%, which puts them like just ahead of the current leaders for scout rifle damage output.
Yeah.
They're a ton of fun. Like they hit really
These
hard.
environments are gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Not only because I just like hip firing guys from across the map, but I gotta tell you, I'm looking for any excuse I can to keep dusting off Dead Man's Tale.
Yeah, absolutely
Fighting Lion has taken its
gorgeous.
place recently, but just as a temporary thing. It's okay.
Oh, they're adding complete additional row of options on top of what's already there. I didn't notice that during the stream. I thought they were replacing. Yeah, we just get 5 more. And that's what I'm talking about. Like and each row is like, this one's very sniper focused, and each one adds like a new focus for the season. I think that's awesome. I'm really excited. Do you know when the fundraisers will receive the Gradium Flare emblem? I have literally no idea. Yeah, this is a good time to say we are raising money again for the Bungie Foundation. If you want the really sick exclusive Disciple Shell that has Rolk Your Guardian fighting, the Graphite Daydreams emblem, as well as 7 other emblems that are returning, and the Lubraean Luxury color changing shader here. Give it a second. It is one of these like photo finish that changes colors. It's absolutely beautiful. It also has like this kind of like gold marbly side to it as well. Very, very unique and cool shader. If you want to get these and help people in need, you can donate to the link up above or in chat. All of this goes towards the Bungie Foundation and their Little Lights program, and they usually support things like direct relief, humanitarian aid, or St. Jude's or children's hospitals, stuff like that. So like kind of the 2 best causes, in my opinion, sick kids and people affected by wars or natural disasters. An amazing charity that I've worked with for half a decade now. And I appreciate everything they do. So we've raised over $22,000 today. We're going to keep going. So get yourself some exclusive loot, help those in need. Click that link.
Also, have a fun seasonal aggressive scout rifle, which you should keep an eye out for.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I haven't spent as much time with that as I ought to, honestly. I've been mostly hanging out with Lost Signal, speaking of Fighting Lion. But this isn't time for Andy to share his loadouts necessarily.
That's another live stream.
That's another live stream. That's right. Yeah, that's just me tweeting into the void and being like, Fighting Lion. The Fighting Lion subreddit is probably very happy right now. So shout out to all of them. In addition to that, an old
and
favorite
thank you everyone
of mine
who has
as well,
donated
speaking
so far.
of some of the classics.
I can't say that enough. My channel, our channel, has raised over $100,000 now, and it's just like, there's literally no words. Thank you all for being so generous, and I hope you've enjoyed your loot over the years, and just know how much of an impact you've made. It's unreal. It is truly unreal.
Wow, it's going to be getting a pretty sizable buff against barrier shields as well.
Yeah, so we've had a bunch of
these environments look
exotic
insane.
Weapons and how they interact with barrier champions. And Ariana's Vow fell a bit behind, so we've bumped its damage substantially at 67%. This means that in most difficulties it will break barrier champion shields in 2 shots, which makes its ammo economy like much more valuable.
Right.
And it had a pretty big rework recently, and this just makes it that much stronger.
Yeah. Always a good time to go ahead and have that sitting on your hip, honestly. We've got some other weapon buffs. Any in particular that you want to speak to while we were here? Obviously, all this will arrive on Bungie.net later. But,
so Cabal, Vex, Fallen, I love that.
I love how they're sprinkling. That you'd love to speak to.
Yeah, with the sniper rifle focus in this act,
I guess there's
really wanted to improve their ease of use a bit more in PvE. One of the biggest problems is when you're like trying to land crits on the witness or something, and you're taking a bunch of damage. You're getting flinched off target a lot. So we've gone in and halved the flinch from PvE enemies.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Another buff for Still Hunt.
A little bit of foreshadowing, but we've gone in and removed the penalties from adept mods. And this is sort of setting the stage for a larger set of mods that will be dropping in a future release. Not too far out.
Yeah. The proverbial stay tuned for everyone out there as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, and also we were talking a bit before the show too, but there's going to be some armor tuning as well, isn't there as well to like the mods, I believe.
Right. Yeah. So if you do a lot of raiding, you're probably familiar with the reserves mod swapping shenanigans that you can do, and this is just sort of fiddly and annoying for players. We don't think it's a balance issue. But it is irritating. We didn't want players to have to do it. So now when you switch your reserves mods back off, it'll bring your total reserves back down to their current cap. And to balance that out, we've increased reserves for special and heavy weapons across the board. It varies per weapon type, but it's in the 10 to 15% range.
Nice, okay.
And in addition to that, if you do like running reserves mods permanently, we've reduced their cost by 1. You'll note that with some of the discounted mods from the artifact, like already reduced that to 1, so this would bring it down to 0.
Oh, really?
Oh, I missed that. That's crazy. So, I've just bangers on these changes across the board.
Build crafters, you've all been made aware. Now's a chance to start tweaking those variables in your spreadsheets across the board. Very exciting. Okay, a lot of stuff to dive into still yet, but we've also got a quick preview of some stuff that's going to be arriving with Solstice. Now, I know our fire team is here hard at work in the background, but very briefly, I wanted to make sure that as a part of this show, we took a look at the armor sets that are going to be arriving with Solstice. So, as a reminder, Solstice is going to be hitting here with Act 2.
Yeah, cool.
Should be a pretty good time for you guys to dive into. We'll have more information soon, but you can take a look here and see kind of the, I don't know, old-timey pilot race car driver. Maybe I'm just channeling my old race car.
I think parts of this are going to be really good, depending how they shade. I really like it, like the gauntlets here, because especially like when you have them, is it the bottom or the top? I think it's both. When you have them and you're like aiming down sight, I think you'll have that. I think that'll look really cool. But I'm worried that the leather isn't gonna shade super well. I know people love this sort of like aviation pilot thing they're going for. It's never really been my favorite personally. But I like, look, the Warlock's got a fucking tie. Like, that's dapper. Let's go. So I'm interested to see like these little holographics. You guys know I'm a sucker for holographic. Are they animated? Like, what does this look like in game? That's what I'm really excited to find out.
Our driver here.
Yeah, I can really see the adventurer influence in this. That idea of an explorer who's going and delving into different places.
Yeah.
Also the pants.
I was gonna say with boots like this,
consider the pants.
Yeah. And so like, what is the yellow part? Like that'll shade, but the orange part is that's like element changing.
It's like the first time as a hunter, I'm jealous of Warlocks. Congratulations, Warlocks, you did it. Let's see. Up next, we've also got our friendly neighborhood Titan, I believe.
I think the Titan is probably my favorite of the 3. Very clean. I think these gauntlets, there's not a lot of leather, so I think they'll go really well with a lot of sets. I'll probably use them a lot. Once again, the pants, like, maybe. The helmet is insane. I'm excited for that, for sure.
The coolest helmets I have ever seen available to them. So cool. Once again, as a hunter, it's a very alien feeling, being jealous of Titans, but this is one time
I think those gauntlets are going to go really hard, honestly. We'll have to see them in game once again.
Make sure you go ahead and start getting your transmogs ready, but this is one.
Wait, so this means Solstice does come next act, which is what I thought it was. So, 3 weeks on Iron Banner, 3 weeks on Solstice, 3 weeks on Iron Banner is probably how it's going to go.
Wait to see start running around the tower. Should be pretty solid. And then last but very not least, my fellow hunters.
I'm not really sure if I'm feeling, I think the gauntlets again, I'm worried about how much leather there is. So we'll have to see how that shades. But other than the gauntlets, I'm not really feeling a lot of this armor set for me personally. So but I think a lot of people are going to be able to make a lot of really cool stuff.
We also are going to be able to go ahead and feast. We've got
very unique. I love when I've talked about this before. Like, I'm glad they're abandoning. Like, I feel like they got into this kind of mindset with Solstice armor, where it was like, oh, it's always got to look like this, royal or ornate or whatever. And I'm glad they're ditching that. I think Bungie does their best work when they're creative and they go in a direction they've never done before, and it's highly thematic. And I think like the last year has really shown us that, like the dungeon armors and the activity armor. and the event armor. Like, I think they've really stepped their game up with armor because they are less afraid to go outside the box. And I'm excited for stuff like this. And I know people love this aesthetic, and I'm really happy for them. So very cool.
Way. Again, really channeling kind of that adventurer style that they're really going for to theme for this.
Another thought about the story dump is about the dungeon. Is it still going to be dropped week one or later? That's a good question. I do, as we're getting further into this without hearing about a dungeon, I am now expecting 2 dungeons and no raid this year. I hope I'm wrong, but that's just kind of what I'm expecting at this point. So I wouldn't expect a dungeon until episode 2. But I liked the royal theme of Solstice. We've gotten 6 years of that, and like 4 of them sucked. We've kind of done it to death at this point.
An expanded sandbox of all the goodies that you folks have been working on to go ahead and have us go ahead and tear through it with.
Even the crossover armors have been fantastic. I really think, and I don't know, this could be a coincidence, but when Bungie really started making insane armor was when they started doing crossovers, like around the same time. So I think like them going out and doing crossovers with Fortnite and Assassin's Creed and all that stuff, I think that was a shift, part of the shift in their mentality to do like what I'm talking about. I think that was where they were like, yeah, we can actually just make weird shit and put it in the game. Who cares?
Yeah. Just kind of a quick look at what's to arrive with Solstice. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of the main set of topics for today. We're going to go ahead and scan Twitch chat very briefly to make sure we can go ahead and grab any questions.
Free boop shout out here, by the way.
Ryan, honestly, we're now into, is this the second battleground?
Yeah, we're in the second battleground on the second encounter right now. So what we didn't see previously was players were, when they finish the first battleground, the second battleground actually starts where the first battleground ends to continue on your journey into the center of Nessus. And that's
if I missed last week's battleground, can I run it?
2, that's where you start for battleground 3.
Very exciting. That's kind of cool, actually, having that, again, that journey to the center of Nessus.
Or
sort of in that same vein, actually, one thing I've also kind of been wanting to ask selfishly is a wise narrative director once said that stories are told in 3 acts. Could you tell us a little bit about what this episodic structure offers you guys? Like, what are you able to try that's different?
So humans like stories that have shapes, right?
Right.
When we think of a story where you're kind of like in the same place, like doing the same thing, like sometimes we want to make sure that our stories feel like they have shape and momentum to them. For example, with episode 1, we can think of the shape of it kind of as starting in this place of really like lighthearted. It's a fun romp, it's a fun adventure, and it slowly goes down into a really dark place.
As all the doom happens in the background, we're having fun with failsafe.
We get to play with that play with those shapes and play with that structure with each of our episodes. So in episode 2, in episode 3, it may start at different places, and the energy may take you in different ways. We got to really experiment and play around with what are we introducing narratively, which enables us to add things like a focus on Fate 14 for Act 2, or different ways that the battlefields may change as we're going through. Humans like stories that have shape to them, and that's what a really well-defined act structure allows us to do.
It's exciting to see, honestly, as we've just getting started here in Echoes and with episode 2 on the way, but we'll talk more about that at a later date. Worry not. We've got plenty to dive into with Act 2 right in front of us. But as far as
I hope they keep doing these streams every time. I'm a little like, with Act 3, I don't know how much is coming, but I feel like the bulk of the content's going to be the new exotic mission. And I hope they don't show too much of it off. We know it's one of the biggest ones ever, but I love going into exotic missions blind, so.
My agenda.
Is the donate website legit? Yep, it's through Bungie, or their 501c3 affiliate, the Bungie Foundation. They do it twice a year. I've been supporting them for 5-6 years at this point. Everything is legit. When you donate, you get an email. I showed in the video I made today, but you get an email, the code's there, and then you go to the redeem code site for Bungie, that how you redeem all your emblems, and that's how you get them. But I can like I've got them, I've got them in game, I've got the ghost shell I show off. I've got the emblems. I have all of the emblems. I have the shader. It's all legit. I would never promote something that's not legit, so. Yep. Once you donate, it's not a purchase, it's a donation. But once you donate, you'll get an email, like the receipt, and then that email will have your code in it. So for sure. Okay.
I think actually we've thankfully hit kind of the primary bulk of the show.
Could I touch briefly on the ability stuff?
Please. Yeah, thank you, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been monitoring
it's for 3 weeks,
feedback in PvP around prismatic hunters, and particularly the 2 pain points around swarm grenades and threaded spectre. So we're bringing both of those down into line.
Yeah.
We've also got a couple of PvE changes coming, and this is Titan stuff. It's sort of previewing some Titan changes that are going to come in a future release.
Yeah.
But we're bumping up the damage of the supers, Twilight Arsenal, and Hammer of Soul. So those should both be a lot more competitive.
That's right, yeah. Hammer of Soul Titans rejoice. Also, I selfishly like grabbing that action.
I hope we never lose Chris Proctor. Like, I know in game development, it's really common for people to move on and go to different games and stuff. I feel like Chris Proctor, out of everyone that has done his job in the history of Destiny, he has in my opinion, the best understanding of what we as players want and like what we need and what makes the game fun. He is truly phenomenal at his job. And sometimes there's things that I might not agree with, like in-air effectiveness, that sort of thing. But I'd say 95% of the time, and maybe that's good for the health of the game. Because controllers versus mouse and keyboard and stuff. It's just a salty topic for me. But 95% of the time, I feel like everything he touches is gold. And it is truly amazing to see. And I hope Bungie does whatever they can do to make sure he stays in that position as long as possible. Oh, nice, Sai. That's awesome. There we go. Kaden, I genuinely think with those changes, Titan Supers are just fundamentally bad compared to other classes. I don't think they'll ever be good unless they're completely overpowered. I think there's definitely ways around it, but I think these are probably short-term fixes, and they're gonna work on bigger things. Is my guess. We'll see. Proctor is just a friend who's allowed to speak what he does. Yeah, I love Chris. He's very
Twilight
cool.
Arsenal. So if those could keep existing, I'd be a very happy camper.
Yeah.
Also, we got a question from chat. Freeboop asks, probably one
Free
for you,
Boop shout
Chris.
out.
Are you guys still evaluating the interactions of the combo on Edge Transit, or will you swap from Envious Assassin to Cascade Point and a 24 magazine while you still have Cascade Point?
Yeah, so we mentioned a few weeks back that we're going to be adjusting that. It ended up needing a code change, which is typically a little bit slower to roll out, but that fix is still coming. So
very exciting.
If you missed out on getting that perk combination, that is not going to be an exploit that continues to work.
Excellent. Fair enough. All right. Thank you, Freeboop, for the question. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think thankfully that as we watch our steadfast group of Guardians go ahead and continue their way here through
I definitely would have commented on him
think,
dying.
That's kind of the high and low of our show, everyone. Of course, we wanted to go ahead and make sure as we dive into the events of Act 2, as we go to prepare to conclude Act 1, we wanted to make sure that all of you had a sense of what was coming. And again, a reminder, this launches next week on July 16th. Quick reminder of the topics we covered. Of course, we're going to go ahead and remind you that the Bungie Foundation folks are doing some amazing work. Go ahead and scan that QR code and check out what they're up to. Otherwise, Act 2 arrives next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Kaden. I definitely would have done
launching with the first week, the third arriving on the second week, new weapons joining the sandbox, new artifact mods for you to go ahead and unlock, and of course, Solstice will be joining us later on into the act. But otherwise, before we go, I of course want to make sure that we take a chance to go ahead and thank our amazing cast here. Thank you so much for joining us today and telling us about what's to come.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
Yeah, appreciate the time. To our amazing team of playtesters in the background, Mitch, Justin, and Peyton. Thank you very much for doing the proverbial heavy lifting. To the amazing team here, producers in-house, they go ahead and put this all on. Thank you all so much. Honestly, we always appreciate it. And last, but of course not least, to all you Guardians out there, thanks for taking the time to join us today. We'll see you all very soon, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
I hope they keep doing these streams every single act, for every episode, for every act. Truly awesome to see. Big fan personally, so I hope we can keep those rolling. Do I have literally anything to work on? I got all my guilds done. Got Deadeye, got Glorious, got Flawless, got Iron Banner, or Drudgeon, got Iron Banner. I got my shader from Iron Banner. Did I get my shader for my banner? I did. I really just don't even have that much to do, man. We're raiding later tonight, so not really a lot of time to kill for that. I don't really know if I have anything to do. Let me check my triumphs. Let me see if there's anything I can knock out. I think I'm time gated on everything. Oh, I could finish that. Kind of don't wanna. Oh, what's the Lost Sector today? Oh, we'll do this. Okay. Lost Sector, and I need to do Master of Swords without ever dropping the sword. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Lost Sector. Sorry, you can actually see it from here. It's still Europa. Shit. Do we know when it's going to be back on the Pale Heart? All right, I need to do Sword Dance, which is... yeah, same as Moth Infested. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. Have the values. Thank you, Wobby. Oh, Wobby, do you want to run a GM? You don't have to if you already ran yours. Okay, let me pull up. Yo, thank you for helping those in need explode. Appreciate your face, my friend. And enjoy your loot. Enjoy your loot. Let's put this over on walk. Come on, there we go. Sucks they're re-releasing old Bungie Day albums. I think it is good because those raise a lot of money. So, you know, if re-releasing old emblems helps raise more money, I think that's awesome, personally. Okay, I'll see if I can find one more person. Yeah, I want to knock out some of the GMs. And sorry, does anyone know if they fixed the XP bug yet? I know they said they're going to, but I don't know if that's gonna roll out Tuesday or if that hit today. Oh, fuck, it is Tuesday. Never mind. Never mind. And Xur's only on the weekends, right? Still? I don't really, if that's true, I don't really like that. I feel like they should just always have Xur available. I mean, now that he has a permanent location, you know? That's right. Okay, yeah. Let me do Swords Dance. Yeah, so it'll be quite a bit before the Pale Heart ones come back. That's aight, that's aight. No biggie. Get those shrines done whenever I can. It's over here. Yeah, okay, it's... I forgot, they make you run for this one, and I got sword ammo. Let's go. Xur from Friday to weekly reset. Yeah, I just wish they would just always have Xur available. Whatever, not a biggie. I don't think anyone will ever farm the Pale Heart Lost Sectors. Probably the hardest ones in the game. I just need them for the triumphs. And there's not really much of a reason to farm Lost Sectors, because you can get most world drops from Xur now, right, too? So, is that true? I think that's true. Yo, Troxus, what's up? Xur is still only the weekend. Bungie Twitter said XP is supposed to be fixed as of today. Okay. Well, it's really unfortunate because it's not like... Oh, yeah, sorry. Man. So that's something to talk about. Everyone has been saying that Warlocks were getting half XP. I've actually talked about for a while that I'm pretty sure the other classes were just getting double XP. That definitely was the case. It's really unfortunate. It felt great. I would beg them to reconsider and just double the rates that Warlocks are getting. Everything felt great. Everything felt really good, so... It sucks that they're walking them back. Dude, my day's going great. We have raised almost $23,000 in like 12 hours, so my day is going absolutely fantastic. Engrams pass, yeah, that's fair. I guess I'm just always rolling in engrams. I need to find a better use for them. Alrighty, we got Dot Boy, we have Curly Q, and we got Loopy. I was like, that is not it. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Can't ever drop the sword. That's what I remember.
This place, the soul pain of the blasphemies of the witness.
And I just have to break the crystals. I don't need to speedrun this. Oh, if I die, does that count as dropping the sword? Yes, it does? Okay, don't die. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I forgot. Please. Oh, please. Can I run backwards? I don't remember if you can run backwards like that. Or if you have to follow the bird. Gambit without Eager feels terrible. I ran most of my Gambit, yeah, Eager with Still Hunt was so good. American cheese or pepper jack cheese? Pepper jack. I'm like a spice fiend, so the spicier the better for me. That being said, just like mozzarella, like my favorite sandwiches are just like Italian sandwiches usually, so like cured meats and stuff. Mozzarella usually goes the best on those, so. Or some provolone, but some herby mozzarella is where it's at. So can I just come right up here? Please tell me I can just come right up here. Let's go, Bungie W. All right, we got ourselves Dotty Boy. Curly Q, oh, it's the same. All right, here we go. We're gaming. First try. Yeah, I'll do a GM here in a second. I want to get this done. And then I'll do a GM if we can find sriracha or spicy mustard. So when it comes to hot sauce, like the best way I can explain it's like water based versus vinegar based. So I'm not a big fan of like, I mean they all have vinegar in them, but like more watery ones like sriracha or like Cholula, like that sort of stuff. That's not. Like, I guess, I don't know. I like the more vinegary ones. So I like Frank's, Tabasco, like that stuff. That's my go-to for hot sauce. Same thing with like, I love Nashville hot chicken, but it's just a different type of spice, right? Like I prefer hot wings to that sort of, so it's sort of like that where just the more vinegary in my spice, kind of the better. I hope that makes sense. And there's one down low, right? What am I looking for? Yo, Ogre, leave me the fuck alone, bro. Toxic? Pockies or hot Cheetos? Pockies. Pockies are fine, but like Pocky chips, insane, so good. Okay, is this boss room? I remember this being kind of sketchy. Is this where, yeah. Okay. Oh, I think I should have ran this on Prismatic now that I think about it. Just gonna hide up here real quick. Don't mind me. Just hiding. Leave me alone. Go away. No. Hey, get out of here, super, please. Thank you. Nerdneck, you're dead. Come back. I want to kill you. Don't pop your super, please. What did, like, literally, what did I just say? Like, literally, what did I just say? You're being a real jerk. Jerk pants right now? What do you think that's gonna do? That ain't gonna do shit, buddy. Alright, give me that drive. Alrighty. Easy. When do you think they'll release the 2 Hidden Pale Heart Triumphs? So 1 is already released, it's just bugs. So this one, you should be able to get this guy, this one in Exploration, the secret one, you should already be able to get. There's just 2, so this is to scan all of like the memory echoes, so like the story beats around the Pale Heart. There's 2 hidden in adventures and they're just not counting for whatever reason. Oh yeah, Kate, I'll check that here in a second. This one, I have no idea what the hell that's supposed to be. No idea. So, you said the Pale Heart, no, the Echo's weapons. Do I have any of the Echo's weapons? Yeah, let me pull them real. I definitely have a Lost Signal, because that shit is busted. I love the Lost Signal. But I just don't have I don't have a lot of reason to use it. Because like Sunshot. But I feel like one day there's going to be a type of content that requires Lost Signal. I really do love that gun. Here we go. Let's check this shit out. You said with the Loot Race? Oh, Festival of the Lost Memento. Gotcha. Oh yeah. See, like, come on. That's like a spot. That's hot. Okay. Okay, let me try to find one other person to do GMs, and then... What is the GM? Oh, disgraced? Easy. Holy. Disgrace. Bobby, do you have anyone that might want to do a quick GM? I guess, I mean, it's just fucking disgrace. We can always just get a random person, but... oh, you're set to close. Let me... oh, here, I can just do this. Yes, this is the new emblem. This is the emblem you get for donating using the link at the top of chat. I got you, Wobby. Give me a sec. Or that link in chat right there. And then disable ghost shell. Very cool. Am I invite only? Oh, yes, I am. Oh. I'm just gonna invite someone random. Alrighty, sorry, clan banter. Right, literally no one's fucking on right now. Oh, I do kind of want to raid. They asked for a raider. Wow, what are you doing maiden in orbit, bro? Act 2 first impressions. I'm excited, man. Yo, let's go! We got the Bungie shout out here. Me and Grenadier Jake, dude. I'm telling you, we're linked at the hip. I don't know why, but always. We play each other all the time. We've interacted, we've crossed paths so many times. There we go. Bro, just join for a GM. Dual Destiny can wait, bro. Oh, hell yeah. Congratulate her for me. That's sick. That's sick. Lab, are you gonna be at GCX? Okay. All right. I'm still. Okay. What is? You said it's disgraced and it's fucking overload and shit. Wobby, are you ready? Probably just run this. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh no, not this. Shit. Probably just run this. Fuck it. Unstop barrier. I don't even know what is what. Unstopped sidearm. Pulse. Okay, I'll just be barrier. Barrier SMG. I can run SMG. That's fine. Let me unlock that real quick. Oh fuck. Oh, that's 1900. Shit. There we go. What? Legit run risk runner. I'm above. Oh yeah, fair enough. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's go. Let's do it. We're gaming. Oh! I didn't even need this. I'm a fucking warlock. Wait, don't go yet. What am I doing? I'm so stupid. I still get radiant? Oh my god, we're fucking good. Yeah, R. I'm so good. Holy shit. I totally forgot, like, Warlock's like the supreme class. I'll be fucking fine. After donating, do you claim the ghost and shader on a certain website? Yeah, so you, in the email, you will get like a receipt email. And that'll have the codes. And then you just Google. It's the same way you redeem any emblem. Bungie redeem code. Oh, it's making me sign in. But you literally just Google Bungie redeem code, and then it brings you to the redeem code website. So, same way you redeem any emblem. You could legit run Risk Runner. Oh yeah, probably could have. I think. Okay.
Got it. Hive forces are lashing out from the cosmic room, led by a disgraced wizard.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Sai. That's good to know.
Disgraced?
Hello?
She narrowly escaped the previous vanguard life.
Yeah, over 100,000 in channel history. Isn't that insane? And I cannot believe we are at 23,000 a day. If you guys want the exclusive exotic ghost shell here, this one, it's so sick. Or your guardian and Rolk fight, or the new exclusive shader or emblems, you can type !ghost in chat or click the link that's pinned, the pinned comment, and donate to help those in need and get yourself some of the sickest loot we've had in a long time, I think. So.
Guardian down.
Oh, Bobby's throwing. Oh, you know what? I forgot like how this build works, and I didn't even do it. I've been playing too much Hunter, which is a crazy problem for me to have of all people. Yep. Also, something I'm shocked, Bungie's actually taking my feedback. Wait, what feedback? Oh, to have better rewards? Oh, the time gate stuff. Yeah. I'm excited to see how that plays out. All right, about to get my turret and stuff. Here we go. We're gaming. We cannot be stopped.
Raiding party ahead. Don't seem thrilled about Navota's presence.
My biggest problem with Prismatic is I never run Darkness weapons. So it is quite difficult for me to ever have my stuff up. Definitely like a personal issue. But because I pretty much just always use Sunshot or Forbearance, it's like, huh. Oh shit, this is still a GM. Yeah, I mean, they have been very fast with listening to feedback. Except for the dual Destiny class items. What's going on here? What's going on here? I'm gonna need some better drops for those, okay? I don't think any other season has highlighted how easy GMs have gotten more than this season. Well, I mean, we just like, with the final shape, we got power crept a lot. So, I mean, prismatic is ridiculous. So the reason we have never seen GMs this easy, because GMs have never been this easy. That's just silly. Why doesn't GM Excision drop them? There's literally no reason or more. Oh, I don't even think it would be worth it, honestly.
Like a trap.
Then spoil their plans.
Like if you could tell me GM Excision was a guaranteed drop of a class item, and it's still slower than the macro. It's still slower than Dual Destiny. Like, I'm not running that shit, actually. You'd have to drop 3. I wish they would tweet out that macro farming is okay. I mean, at this point, with how many content creators have made videos on it, they'd be banning everyone. A lot of people. I mean, I think, so Leopard made a video on it. I think other people did. Did Lucky make a video on it? No, not Lucky, sorry, did Fallout? Did Fallout make a video on it? I saw Fallout had a class item video recently. Was that the macro too? There's no way. There's just no way. They've never banned for macros ever. Like, macro exploits have been going on forever.
We're close now. She won't escape this time.
Retreat isn't an option for her anymore. Not with the brood doubting her. Expect the worst, Guardian. Navota has no choice but to defeat you.
Energy signature. That's her. That's Navota.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Sai. But also, yeah, like, I don't think Bungie will ever come out and say it's okay. Like, I don't think this is behavior that Bungie wants to encourage. It's just not behavior they're gonna draw attention to. Like, I don't believe it is bannable. I mean, anything's bannable if Bungie wants it to be, but I do not believe I do not think Bungie would ban for it currently. But I think if they came out and said, like, oh no, they're not gonna come out and say this, you know? It's like, in high school, your parents know you go to parties and get drunk and shit, but they're never, like, most parents aren't gonna be like, yeah, go get drunk. You know what I mean? They're just like, kids will be kids. Don't tell me about it. We'll be fine, you know? It's kind of like that. They don't want to, like, encourage it. They're just not gonna dissuade it, you know? But I think the fact that no one's ever been banned, to my knowledge, for any sort of macro farming, for XP, for items, for, like, literally anything, I don't think they would ever ban for it. Choose Kabasov? No, bro. What am I, a Destiny 1 simp? Disgusting. Jesus, things are too bright in Destiny nowadays. It's like AFK farming stats on RuneScape with macros. There's nothing they can do but give a better option. Didn't RuneScape used to ban for that? I'm like fairly certain RuneScape used to give out 10th bans for that. I haven't played RuneScape since I was like 10, but RuneScape still bans it. There you go. Yeah, I thought that was not allowed. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a fan of macros and shit. Like, I've never XP farmed in the Dreadnought or whatever. I don't think there's anything, like, I definitely don't think people should be banned for it, but it's just not like my, I enjoy playing the game. If I didn't enjoy playing the game, I wouldn't play the game, you know what I mean? But what I will say is, if Bungie made, like, a Borderlands style boss, where you load in right at the fucking boss, and you kill it in a minute or whatever, and you can just farm rolls like that, I would do that all goddamn day. I would have no problem spending a lot of time farming these class items. Currently, Dual Destiny, in its current state, 16-minute runs if you are on a goated team, more than likely 20, 22-minute runs. I consider that just kind of disrespectful of people's time. Especially because because the double glitch existed, and we've had a taste of the high life. I just don't think it's a good look. I don't think it's a good return on investment in terms of time. I mean, it's not even like fun to farm them through the Pale Heart. Like, I just don't think it is not an activity, and you have to spend hours and hours and hours. Like, I don't know how the statistics work out, but 1 out of 64, you probably have to run a couple hundred times before you are statistically guaranteed to see the roll that you want, if not even in the thousands. There's equations that figure this shit out. I'm not doing them. So if it was a thing where I could get a roll every 3-4 minutes, I would do it. You know, I would sit here and I would farm that shit out, and I would get every roll I wanted, and I would probably get every roll in the game. But because it's one roll every 25, including travel time minutes, that's just, there's not a world where I think that is good reward activity balance at all. You have the math? Yeah, fuck it. Send me that shit. Like, I think that is just blatant bad reward design. Personally. So, while I'll never sit here and encourage AFK farming for XP, I prefer to play the game. I'll never sit here and encourage, you know, AFK Gambit for free reputation or whatever. I hate Gambit's my least favorite fucking thing in the world, and I play it. I don't even do that shit. I fucking hate Gambit. I think AFK, you know, if you're okay with the risk, AFK, which I don't think there is much of, but that is an individual choice. I think AFK in class items is legitimately the best option until Bungie makes it more rewarding or respectful of players' times. I don't think they should be focusable. I don't think there should be crafting options, nothing like that. I just think the farm should be better. And that's where I am. That's just where I land on it. I want a reason to play the game and the new activity. I don't know why Bungie has never done a Borderlands-style farm. I think this is literally the perfect opportunity for a Borderlands-style farm. A world boss in the Pale Heart that you can load in and you just farm every time. And not a lost sector, none of this bullshit. Just, hey, we recognize there's a billion different combinations that you can get, so
return to the tower.
Here's a free boss, and you just go kill it, and every 3 minutes it respawns or whatever. So, thank you, Wobby. So yeah, 3 drops for GM Excision, that's borderline worth it. I don't think that's so bad. Okay, so we got that one done. I did miss last week's. Hopefully they circle back around, because it looks like it's 3 GMs per act, so I'm not really sure when they open them all up, but hopefully they open them all up, because I want to Well, I mean, surely they have to. I'm not missing the guild. Holy, I'll freak out. So, I love Tiny Tina's. Yeah, it's very good. So I think this is the perfect opportunity for that style farm. What is this? 2020. Okay, I can get to 11 right now. So here's the math. Here's the math on this. So if you farm 100 class items, if you want one roll out of 100, thank you, Wabi, for this. Assuming Wabi knows how to do math, which I assume Wabi does, because all Wabis do. If you want a single one of the, if you want a specific roll, 1 out of 64 chance. If you farm 100 class items, that's still only a 50% chance to get the class item you want. That's absurd. So, time for all rolls with 20 minutes duality drops. Is this hours? So, I assume this is hours. So, after 33 hours of dual destiny, you still only have a 50% chance of getting the class item you want. 300 drops bumps up to a 95% chance. Not perfect, but pretty good. So 300. So after 100 hours of efficient dual destiny farm, you still only have a 95% chance of having the class item you want. It only becomes around statistically 100% after 500 runs, which is 167 hours of dual destiny, efficient dual destiny runs. This is just not okay. It's just not okay. You know, if it was minor stats that you were farming, like a Borderlands gun, like one of their legendaries, and their stats are, you're going for the perfect parts, but they all function kind of the same, that this sort of thing is fine. For literally game build defining, game changing, exotics, this isn't fine. It's just not fine. It's not okay. It's just not okay. So that's my take on that. Okay, I'm being told to go, let me change characters real quick. I'm being told to go check the kiosk. In the tower. Hey Scaro, as a content creator, how many terabytes of hard drive space do you think is good for making? This is even well above the level of Raid Exotic 2. Yeah, like, I just think they're... Look, I'm not a fan of crafting. I'm not a fan... So I'll get back... Sorry, Big Nerd. I'll get back to your question here in a second. I'm not a fan of crafting these focus rolls. Like, that's not what I'm asking for. I'm just asking for a better farm. If it's a world boss, if I spawn into the Pale Heart, like I said, in every 3 minutes a boss spawns, or whatever, and every time I go to the landing, every time I go to the blooming, or if I spawn in the blooming and then just in the seclusion, there's just a huge world boss, and I can go farm that. 2-3 minute runs. I don't care if I have to kill that thing 300 times. That's a Borderlands farm. It'll get tedious, but that's not unreasonable. You can get the times down. I don't think I think that is a much better farm, and that's what I would love to see something like that in Destiny. I don't want to see a 12-minute Lost Sector clear solo. I don't want to see a 20-minute dual Destiny. Let's go! Clear, anything like that. Oh, shoot, now I understand. Let's go! Thank you, Jared. Yes! Babe, wake up! Scaro's new permanent emblem. This one? Yeah, you'll never see that again. Get out of here. Goodbye. Let's go. Thank you all so much. This is, if you don't know, this is the emblem in Shader you get for raising $100,000. This is all you. It's not me. Thank you all so much. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. I just bought that one. No, it's not this one. Did anyone see what it was called? Is it this one? I think it might be this one. Oh, I can check my collections. Your number what for the emblem? I can check. Argent Champion, and it is in it's got the Solstice logo. There we go. Oh, it's animated. I didn't even know that. Man, I have to run this on everything now. This is just my new... This is my new drip. I think I would be 5, but let me check. Warmind, Emblem Analytics. It won't update for me having it yet. It won't update for me having it yet, probably. But before, I am number 4, and Grenader Jake will be number 5 once he redeems it. So only 5 people have this shader and emblem, which is absurd. Well, dude, I want to check this shit out on some weapons. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let me favorite it real quick. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just those 5. That's a great point, man. Just us 5 over $500,000. Isn't that insane? Man, this community is unbelievable. And it's, you know, we're just like, you know, I was gonna say guys being dudes. Are all 5 of us guys? It's me, Jake, Emblem, Leopard. I don't know who number 5 is. Might be Dim or Trials Report. But still, we're just people being people, you know what I mean? And you all are the ones who do it. You know, it's insane. The positive impact that our communities have had. Does it mean you also get to choose an exotic for them to make IRL? That's at 125. So maybe eventually, not right now, but maybe eventually. Oh! This shader's kind of better than like most mementos we've gotten recently. Let me check on Warlocks typically shade the worst, so I'll go over to other characters. Necrochasm, I think if we ever get there, I'm gonna do Whisper, because Whisper is what made me being one of the first people to find the Whisper mission is what made the channel take off. What the fuck? Is this animated? What is that? So I think it's only right to do Whisper if I get there. This is fucking crazy. Oh yeah, let me check it on the Hunter trip real quick. I have to, oh yeah, now that it's rendered. Oh, just the subtle. That's nice. You're gonna start seeing a lot more blue and gray on my Guardians. That is for goddamn sure. Let me, I think I have other. This is Argent Champion. This is for people who have raised over $100,000 for the Bungie Foundation. So currently only 5 people. And so I'm just trying to find ways to mix it in with the builds a little bit, you know? Oh, yes. Oh, where's my new class item? This is my new class item? Oh, yeah, I already knew that. Wait, what did this one look like? Does it flow with this? And then I'm gonna go check it on Titan. I think it's gonna look best on Titan. Titan has a lot of metal, and the metal is what is animated here. So I think it's gonna look really good on those. Oh yeah, this is about to go off. Oh yeah, better chest plate though. Let me pick a. Well, ooh, the arms. That is such a cool detail there. Let me pick my favorite Titan chest piece, which is this one. And then my favorite helmet, which is this one. What the heck? Oh. Now that's what we're talking about. This subtle animation on it. That's nice. I'm gonna have to make some really good builds with that. But yeah. So yeah, if you want to support those in need, everyone. If you want to support those in need and you want to get yourself the exclusive Disciples shell, get yourself the Graphite Daydreams emblem, and get yourself the Lubraean luxury shader, which I have misplaced, sorry. Very, very clean shader. There's a link at the top of chat that you can donate to. And a link in chat as well. And we're already at over 23,000, which is absurd today. And yeah. So thank you everyone so much. That's where I'm gonna call it for tonight. I'm gonna go eat dinner. Love your faces. Appreciate you so much. And just have a fantastic day and go help those in need and enjoy your sick loot. Thank you everyone. Peace out. See ya.